You know, most phones we use are basically powerful little computers that, oh yeah, also have a camera. But what if a company just flipped that script completely? Today we're taking a deep dive into a device that really tries to be a full-on camera first and a phone second. And that right there, that's the big question at the heart of this whole thing. It's not about just slapping a better camera onto a phone. It's about making the phone feel like an accessory to the camera. So, what device actually tries to pull this off? Well, say hello to the Xiaomi 17 Ultra. It's a really ambitious shot at creating something new in a market that, let's be honest, can feel a little same old, same old. All right, so let's dive right in. First up, the design. From the very moment you pick this thing up, it's practically shouting that its main job isn't making calls or endlessly scrolling social media. I mean, just look at this thing. Every single choice here screams camera. The branding is horizontal, so it reads correctly when you hold it like a camera. You've got this two-tone textured grip for your hand, a neural texture on the side, and get this, the Leica brand is actually bigger and more prominent than Xiaomi's own logo. That's a statement.
And you know what? This camera-first idea, it's not just about the phone itself. It starts the second you crack open the box. It feels less like unboxing a phone and more like you just bought some high-end photography gear.
Yeah, forget the usual charger and maybe some earbuds. The box comes loaded with genuine camera accessories, a solid aluminum lens cap, a proper high-quality microfiber cloth, even a wrist strap, just like a real camera lanyard. These aren't just cheap add-ons. They feel premium, and they complete the whole camera package before you even power it on.
Okay, let's get to the main event, the heart of this beast, the camera system itself. This is where that partnership with the legendary camera maker Leica really comes to life, and it proves it's way more than just a logo slapped on the back.
So the hardware specs here are pretty wild. The main camera is rocking a massive 1-inch sensor. Now, for a phone, that is huge. That's what lets it capture so much light and detail and gives you that beautiful, natural, blurry background, that depth of field everyone loves. But the real star might be the telephoto lens. 200 megapixels with a true variable focal length. That means it physically moves the lenses inside to zoom, just like a pro lens. But here's the most important takeaway. It's not about being the most technically perfect, clinically sharp camera on the market. The real verdict is that this thing is just the most fun smartphone camera to shoot with. It actually makes you want to go out and get creative. So where does all that fun come from? Well, a big part of it is the software. You basically get two main starting points from Leica. Vibrant is that classic, punchy smartphone look that makes your photos pop right off the screen. But then there's Authentic, which gives you this more reserved, almost film-like quality. It's got more character, and that's where things get really interesting.
And this is where that Leica partnership gets really deep. They have these things called essential modes. Now, these are not just filters you slap on after the fact. Nope, these are unique visual styles that are baked right into the photo the second you hit the shutter button. What you shoot is what you get, and you can't undo it.
For example, let's talk about the M3 monochrome mode. This isn't just your standard turn the color off black and white filter. No way. It's built to mimic classic Leica film, so you get these really punchy, contrasty images. It has less dynamic range, meaning deeper blacks and brighter whites, and this really pleasant, organic-looking film grain. It forces you to see and shoot the world differently, which is kind of the whole point.
All right, now we've got to talk about what might be the craziest, most unique feature on this thing. A physical, tactile control ring built right around the camera bump. This is where the line between phone and camera just gets completely blurry.
And what makes it so cool is just how much it can do. Give it a quick twist, and bam, the camera app opens instantly. When you're in photo mode, you turn it to zoom in and out. Switch to video, and now it controls your exposure. And if you're a real pro, you can jump into pro mode and map it to control pretty much whatever you want. Manual focus, shutter speed, you name it. It's just an insane level of physical control.
And get this, they even nailed the feel. As you turn the ring, you get these little haptic clicks that feel just like you're turning a real notched camera lens. It's such a small detail, but it adds so much to the feeling that you're using a serious piece of camera equipment. Okay, so with all this amazing, ambitious tech, you've got to be asking, right? Is it perfect? Did they actually pull it off without a single flaw? Well, as you can probably guess, the answer is a little more complicated. Because look, when you try to mash two totally different things together, a camera and a phone, there are going to be some bumps in the road. And the Xiaomi 17 Ultra definitely has a few real-world drawbacks that we need to talk about.
So that awesome control ring? Yeah, it can actually be a bit of a pain.
It's super easy to get your fingers in the shot when you're trying to zoom out with the ultra-wide lens. Or you might just brush against it in your pocket and accidentally launch the camera. That variable zoom is also cool in theory, but the range is so small it doesn't make a huge difference. And probably the most frustrating thing? The app is forgetful. It always defaults back to 12-megapixel photos, even if you just told it you wanted to shoot in 50. That's a huge no-no for a serious camera.
So, okay, we've seen the incredible highs and some of the, let's say, practical lows. So where does that leave us? What's the final verdict on this camera that just happens to be a phone?
First things first, we have to remember, underneath all this camera wizardry, it is still an absolute beast of a flagship phone. It has the fastest processor, a stunning display, a huge battery, all the high-end stuff you'd expect. The phone part of the equation has not been sacrificed at all. You know, it all brings to mind that classic, timeless saying in photography: the best camera is the one you have with you. It doesn't matter if you have the world's most expensive camera if it's sitting at home on a shelf. The camera that's actually in your pocket is the one that captures your life.
And really, that's what the Xiaomi 17 Ultra nails. It takes that camera you always have with you and just makes the whole experience of using it better. It's more hands-on, it's more creative, and it's just fundamentally more fun. Which leads us with one big final thought. Have we gotten so obsessed with chasing megapixels and bigger zoom numbers that we've kind of forgotten what makes photography special in the first place? Maybe, just maybe, the future of the camera in your pocket is less about the specs on a sheet and a lot more about the experience of using it. What do you think?